Hi, I'm Tim Wiedrich, your facilitator for Business 403 Online, Strategic Leadership and Management. During this 5-week course, you'll read a textbook, apply the text principles by operating a company using a computer simulator, participate in online discussions, take quizzes and tests, and complete exercises. Let's take a closer look at the major assignments involved in the course. The course reading will be based on a text entitled Strategy, Core Concepts and Analytical Approaches. The text is found on the Globus website and is included in your Globus registration fee. It consists of 236 pages divided into 12 chapters. Each week, 2 or 3 chapters will be assigned for reading. There will be an online end-of-chapter quiz following each chapter. Each contains 15 to 20 questions, and students can take the quizzes up to 3 times. The grade will be the average of the quizzes attempted. The average score of all of the 12 chapter quizzes will be used as a component of the final grade. 2 multiple chapter exams will be completed. The first exam will cover chapters 1 through 7. The second exam will cover chapters 8 through 12. Each exam was consisting of approximately 50 questions. Now, there will be 2 quizzes covering material related to the Globus Company Simulation. The first quiz will cover the content of the Globus Company Simulation Participants Guide. The second will cover the interpretation of the company simulation status reports. These status reports provide an indication of the strengths and weaknesses of your company, and they'll provide you with valuable clues about your competition. As part of the class, students will be divided into teams of co-managers. Each team of co-managers will be operating a simulated company that manufactures and sells digital cameras on a global basis. Each week, co-managers will be asked to address questions about the reading material and the discussion topics in the end of chapter exercises. In these exercises, your team will describe how strategic decision concepts contained in the text will be applied to the operation of their camera company. After the exercise questions are answered, you and your team will be entering company operation decisions into a computer simulator. Each round of decisions will pertain to a year of company operation. In the simulation, your company will have been in good financial condition for the first 5 years of its existence. You and your co-managers will begin managing the company in year 6. Following the entry of decisions, the computer simulation will analyze all of the strategic moves by each of the companies in the class and generate a score and reports for the year. The computer program does not have a predetermined outcome. It is taking the information input by all of the competing teams and analyzing the strategic moves from those decisions to determine the standing of the company at the end of the year. Now, typically 2 rounds of decisions will be entered each week. Because each year builds on the previous year, it's very important that deadlines for entry are adhered to, as there's no opportunity to accept late entries. The company's simulation grade is determined based on your ability to meet or exceed 5 performance criteria. The first includes growing earnings per share by at least 8% annually from years 6 through 10 and at least 4% annually thereafter. The second is maintaining a return on equity investment of at least 15% or more annually. All companies will start with a 17% return on equity investment in year 5. The third is maintaining a B+ or higher credit rating. All companies will start with a B+ credit rating at the end of year 5. The fourth criteria is obtaining an image rating of 70 or higher. An image rating is based on performance quality ratings, market shares, and corporate citizenship. All companies will start with an image rating of 70 at the end of year 5. The fifth and final criteria is achieving stock price gains averaging about 8% annually for years 6 through 10 and about 4% annually thereafter. All companies will have a stock price of $30 per share at the end of year 5. Each team will prepare a final presentation of their company outcomes at the end of the course. Each team will describe the major strategic initiatives they implemented, the strategic initiatives they believe their competitors were using, important lessons learned, and other topics. PowerPoint templates will be provided that illustrate both good and poor examples of presentations. Students will conduct peer evaluations of their teammates' efforts and contributions to running their company. A separate evaluation will be conducted by each individual of the team on each member of the team. These evaluations are conducted online at the end of the course. A discussion board will be an important component of the course. Each week I'll be posting 2 to 3 discussion topics related to the reading assignments for the week. You'll be expected to post at least 1 reaction to my post and at least 2 reactions to other student posts. Your reaction should be at least 3 sentences in length, should contain evidence of application of concepts contained in the text, and should advance the discussion. They should not just be opinion or agreement of points or positions that are made by others. Completion of a Peregrine assessment will be completed as part of this course. Although the grade for this test will not be calculated into your final grade for the course, it must be completed in order for you to receive a final grade. Now, this is an important test as it helps the University of Mary gather information about our program to be used for continuous quality improvement efforts going forward. You may take it at any time during the course. Let's review the assignments now in the order that you'll be completing them. For Sessions 1, you'll read Chapters 1 and 2 in the Globus Simulation Participants Manual. You'll complete the Globus Quiz 1 and also the end of chapter quizzes for Chapters 1 and 2. You and your team members will be selecting a company name, completing the Session 1 end of chapter exercise, and enter your company simulation decisions for practice round decisions for years 6 and 7. For the first session, you'll just be practicing entering decisions. The practice rounds do not count towards your grade. The data will be deleted once the practice rounds are completed. The practice rounds are intended to give you an opportunity to see how the simulation operates and to provide a chance to learn the interactions of the software. For Session 2, you'll read Chapters 3, 4, and 5 and complete the end of chapter quizzes for those chapters. You and your co-managers will be completing the end of chapter exercises and enter your company simulation decisions for years 6 and 7. The company simulation decisions now count towards your grade. For Session 3, you'll read Chapters 6 and 7 and complete the end of chapter quizzes for those chapters, and you'll complete the Globus Quiz 2. You and your co-managers will complete the end of chapter exercises for Session 3 and enter decisions for years 8, 9, and 10 for the company simulation. For Session 4, you'll read Chapters 8, 9, and 10 and complete the end of chapter quizzes for those chapters. You'll also complete the multi-chapter exam covering Chapters 1 through 7. You and your co-managers will complete the end of chapter exercises for Session 4 and enter decisions for years 11 and 12 for the company simulation. For Session 5, you'll read Chapters 11 and 12, complete the end of chapter quizzes for those chapters, complete the multi-chapter exam covering Chapters 8 through 12, and complete the end of game peer evaluations for your co-managers. You and your co-managers will enter Year 13 decisions for your company and turn in your company presentation. Remember that sometime during these 5 weeks, you'll need to complete the Peregrine assessment. Assignments are to be submitted by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday evenings during the week that they're due. No extensions will be granted for the company simulation decisions or online discussions. All other assignments completed and submitted after assigned deadlines are subject to a 10% reduction in points. Make-up assignments for excused absences will be allowed if they're completed within 5 days of their regularly scheduled times. No credit will be given beyond 5 days. The grading for the assignments is weighted as follows. End of chapter quizzes are weighted at 10% of the course. The Globus Quiz 1 is 3.5%. The Globus Quiz 2 is 5%. Each of the 2 multi-chapter tests are weighted at 13%. The end of chapter exercises are 10% and the discussions are 8%. The Globus simulation is 25%, the presentation 10%, and the peer evaluation is 2.5%. The grades are assigned as follows. Two websites will be used in this course. The University of Mary website will be the location where you'll find the course descriptions, assignment descriptions and deadlines, discussion boards, and your grade book. Let's take a look at some of the more important components of the University of Mary course website. When you first enter the website, you should go to the upper right-hand side and check the announcements. If needed, I'll be posting announcements about the lesson or the course in this area. Next, go to the left-hand side. Here's where you'll find the links that you'll be using throughout the course. The first link provides access to a list of course mates and their email addresses. My email address is also found in this location. Under the course home, you'll find a welcome that contains an overview and important information about the course. Course handouts contains a list of important materials that you can download. Next, we'll move to the sessions area. There's one session for each of the 5 weeks of the class. This is session 1. The session link contains a summary of the lessons for that week. A list of the assignments, and a discussion board at the bottom of the page. This is the location where you'll provide your responses to my posts and the posts of other students. The coursework link provides a listing of the assignments and their due dates. The gradebook provides information about the grades issued for each assignment and an overall weighted grade. Let's now turn our attention to the Globus website. The home page is referred to as the corporate lobby. Most of the links that you'll need are found on this page. Across the top, you'll find several tabs that you'll need. The first is the textbook tab. Inside the textbook tab, you'll find the textbook listed by chapters. At the end of the textbook folder, you'll find an end of chapter exercises folder. Below that is the PowerPoint slides folder. We'll not be using the case analysis guide for this course. The next tab is the participant materials. The first link is to an important Intro to Globus video that will give you a thorough overview of this website. Be sure to watch all of the videos and read all of the help contents on the site. The Participants Guide will provide instructions on the use of the Globus simulator. The key financial ratios provide information about the status of your company and your competition. The Decisions and Report help pages contain valuable assistance in understanding the company simulation. The Decision Round tab will show you the list of the due dates for the decisions. The Assignment tab has several links that you'll need. Globus Quiz 1 and Quiz 2 can be found here. The chapter quizzes and the multi-chapter exams can also be found here. We'll not be using the 3-year strategic plan. The company presentation template can be found for use in your presentation assignment. The peer evaluations in which you'll be evaluating and assessing your teammates will be found here. The grades and scores will not be used on this website. You can find your grades on the University of Mary gradebook. If you need technical assistance, you can find that under the Globus Support tab. And the Change Company Name tab is where you'll find the information about changing the name of your organization. The Go to Decisions and Report tab is where you'll be entering your decisions for operating the simulation. In the upper left corner, you'll find the Decision Entries folder. In the folder are multiple pages of decision entries including product design, marketing, entry-level assembly, multi-featured assembly, compensation and labor, corporate citizenship, finance and cash flow, and a tab for saving your decisions. The next folder has reports that provide information about the status of your company and that of your competition. More detailed information about the Globus website can be found in the Globus Participants Manual and in the videos and help pages. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about the course, please do not hesitate to contact me. I'm available by phone at 701-527-5395, text at that same number, and email at twidrich@umary.edu. I typically check my email at about 10 p.m. each evening and will always respond to you within 24 hours. If you need a more immediate response, please contact me by phone or text after 8 a.m. or before midnight. I'll communicate with you by email using your University of Mary email account or by phone if the need is more urgent. I'd appreciate you sending me an email with your phone number. I look forward to working with you during this course. I've used these concepts contained in the course throughout my career, and I've found them to be very helpful. I'm confident that you'll find the course material interesting and helpful to your career as well.